you've been in a relationship for a long time, you know how your sex differs. Some days it's on a spectrum. Some days you really love your partner, you want to be with them, you want to have sex. Other days it's way down low. A long-term relationship takes all of this in perspective, and they average it out over all your life. When you're in one of those low points, or those ruts of sexual satisfaction, it's very easy to let your negative thoughts do the talking. You may start telling yourself stuff like, this marriage is failing, my partner doesn't desire me, I'm wondering if they're with somebody else, there's no, like, we just don't seem to connect on this level. Once again, normal, until you take it out of context and you start blaming each other, or you start letting the fear get at you. You start looking for other partners, or you inappropriately start confiding in other partners and form an emotional affair. There's all kinds of traps when couples are feeling this way that if you're not careful, you can fall into. I've got ideas and I've got suggestions that I think are going to help you when you're in one of these incompatibility ruts, or just moments, months in your life, in your marriage, where you're really worried and you want to talk about it, but you're afraid as to how. First of all, most important thing you can do is you need to speak up. You need to talk to your partner about it, because some partners get so focused on other things, the kids, the work, the activities, that they forget their relationship is alive. It's a viable living thing, and it needs sex to keep it close in a long-term relationship. When you speak up, don't be critical. Talk to your partner and say, I've noticed that we're not together anymore. We don't go to the bed at the same time. I feel totally distant and I'm feeling lonely. I miss us. I miss sex. When you're able to say that, your partner is able to sit down and listen. Own what you're feeling. Don't put it on your partner, but do ask your partner what they feel. Are they seeing the same difference you are? Once again, this is not about blaming. This is about getting your emotions on the table. Secondly, it's really important that after you speak up, you start listing all the things that are stressors in your relationship. Are you going through money changes? Are you selling your house? Are you buying a new house? Has someone lost their job? Is there unemployment? Has there been a new baby? Has there been a new puppy? Any addition to a family can really change the dynamics of what happens in the bedroom. And that's why it's important to begin listing these. Share your list with your partner. When you both can see the stressors and identify what is going on, it's going to help you step back. It's going to help you have fun in the bedroom again, instead of feeling worried or carrying this insecurity into the bedroom with you. Next, identify your turn-ons. What turns you on? Have you given those up? Maybe you used to like to masturbate, but you gave it up after you got married, thinking, I never need to do this. We always need those escapes of our own. When you know how to touch yourself, when you know how to please yourself, that's part of taking care of yourself. Having your partner included in this, having your partner be able to touch you where it feels good, or having them say things to you that turn you on, that's an important part of lovemaking. It's getting to know your partner sexually. And I would encourage all my couples to begin sharing that information, talking about it, and being intimate about it, knowing you can trust your partner with it, so they're not going to say something to someone else. Because a lot of people are embarrassed about these things. They're intimate to us, and we want to know our partner practices safe boundaries when we confide in them. It may be a good idea to look at what's happening as far as, are you able to talk to someone? Maybe you're talking to a religious leader. Maybe you're talking to your physician. But how about if you talk together to a therapist? If you haven't tried talking to a sex therapist, it's a great time to try. Sex therapists can give you ideas about different retreats you may be able to take, or different treatments that may help you. Maybe you feel this way because of hormonal imbalance. Going to a physician, like to an OBGYN or a urologist who specializes in sexuality is going to really help you. And I don't even have to get started with menopause. There's so much bad press about menopause, and most of it is not true. But yet knowing what stage of life and development you're in is going to help you as you go through this. And lastly, I want you to remember that what's most important is that you work on this like two good friends were, two people that were emotionally and physically invested with each other. When you got married and you took a vow that you were going to cherish each other's body, sexuality is all about that spiritual component, about cherishing each other's body, about loving each other's flesh. When you love and please another person, your partner, you bring that pleasure back to yourself. Refocusing and recommitting to these things are going to help you going forward when you feel sexually incompatible with your partner in the bedroom.